What is up, guys? So I'm gonna be honest, I'm making this video for myself, not making it to farm engagement. I don't really want to see that, but the reason why I want to talk about this is it is something that I've been struggling with recently, and I feel like a lot of you guys struggle with as well. And I don't know, I remember when I was, first starting off a couple years ago, I used to, constantly compare myself to everyone, right? I'd see someone on social media, I'd compare myself to them. I'd see someone else, like I just had this, habit, whether it was an ego thing or whether it was, just like a motivation thing. I just had this thing where I would just compare myself to other people. And, it definitely motivated me a little bit more. I'd, see some other, like young guy. I was like, damn, like, dude, this guy's got it figured out. Like I gotta get like that. But recently it's kind of came back. I don't know what it is. I would say like last month. And I'll be honest, bro. I'll be honest with y'all. Like it's gotten pretty bad. I don't know what it is with me. I think it might be because I am at home. I have more time. I haven't really been anywhere. I haven't been doing much. But I've just noticed that I've been constantly comparing myself to literally everyone. And I'll be honest, bro, it's taken a pretty bad like mental toll on me. Like yesterday I was like literally called my mom for like 40 minutes, like trying to vent and like talk to her about it, because I don't know what it is. Like whether I see like a nice car, I'm like driving around and I see like a GT3. There's a guy in my building with a GT3. I just like compare myself and I was like, damn, bro, like what am I doing? Or I'll just like see someone on social media and I just like, I don't know what it is. I've been like in the past, by past I mean like last like 6 months, it's never really been a problem. Any like problem I might face, it's like, okay, I'm just like, thinking about, myself, like what I want to do. But recently, I don't know what it is, but I've just, again, been noticing that I've been comparing myself with pretty much everyone. And it's been stressing me out a ridiculous amount recently. Like I feel like I've dug my own hole. And like, y'all might find this funny. You might like watch this and say like, bro, like what are you yapping about? But I'm for real, bro. That's why I'm making this video. I remember the other day, I met some guy who does some service-based businesses. And that's something, I've been considering possibly getting into. And I was talking to him and I was like, bro, like, damn. And he's like, keep in mind, this guy's really good at what he does. And I was talking to him and I'm like, damn, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to get into this stuff. And then he was telling me, he was like, bro, like, I want to get into like trading. I want to get into, online space. And it was just like, so it's like the saying, grass is greener on the other side, right? It's like the saying, the guy the guy walking is looking at the guy in the car, the guy in the Camry is looking at, the guy in the BMW, and so on. Like there's always, a bigger fish or whatever. But I'll be honest, it's something that recently I just have not been able to internalize. And I don't know, man. It's not good. I'm be honest, bro. Reason I'm making this video, I'm hoping to, maybe if I talk about it, maybe if I, speak to you guys about it, maybe if I see like, I'm sure some of y'all, and a lot of you guys might relate to this in the videos. And another thing too, when I post content for you guys, like just making sure, the goal is never to have you guys watch my videos, compare yourself, and then make yourself feel worse. Because that's like the worst thing. I'm gonna be honest, my least favorite part about posting content, because I genuinely, like, I have a passion for posting. I like, talking my mind because a lot of people benefit from it. But my least favorite part about content is when I get DMs of people saying, bro, like I see where you are and it just been making me sad and I just feel like I'm not doing enough. That is my least favorite DM. It makes me feel absolutely terrible because like recently I'm doing the same thing. I'm looking at someone else and I feel terrible about myself, okay? So y'all, just letting you know, that's not my goal with this content. That's why I try to be, as open as possible when I make these videos. I always tell y'all exactly what is on my mind. So half of the time when I'm talking about like what I'm feeling, it's not me just like saying like, oh, I'm, this persona, I'm this like, like I like sad, you know, even though, you know what I mean? Like, no, that's not like, I'm literally just like speaking my mind. So if I'm feeling some type of way, right? Because that's what I've been like, especially this weekend. I had some like Saturday, I'll be honest, I have nothing to do. And all day I just been like thinking. And I was like, bro, like I cannot do this right now. I gotta pick up my phone. I gotta record a video. That's what I do. And that's what my goal has always been. That's what I try to do. But yeah, anyways, I know that was a little side tangent, but I don't know. I just like, I see how negative it can, what was I gonna say? I see what kind of like path I can kind of fall down towards if I just continuously like keep comparing myself to other people, because one, you never are happy, right? Two, it just stresses me out. Like recently, it's been like stressing me out a ridiculous amount comparing myself to other people, and I feel like it sounds so like, I hate saying this because I remember like, because I'd watch people and they would say this, and I'd be like, bro, shut up. But like, I just feel like it makes me feel like lost, okay? And I don't know, it's weird, and it's, bro, I can already tell the comments on this video, but I'll be honest, I'm still gonna post it just because I want to talk about it. And even if, you know, a couple people might see this and they're like, damn, like this is something I've been going through, and it helps you, like, I guess like watching someone and they agree. But yeah, anyways, to be honest, I don't know what I was gonna say. I don't know, I kind of lost my train of thought, but it's definitely helping a little bit to talk it out. I don't know, man. I feel like life is interesting because when I'm not gonna say like coming up because that just sounds weird, but when I was, I guess like starting off my journey, when I really had nothing, like just like starting off, I was just like, I guess in a sense, overly delusional. So to the point where I just like, I believed it was going to work out. I just had to believe it so much because in my head, I gave myself no other option. And like, I never really stressed myself out. I just like needed, like, I was like, I need to make this work. I need to make this work. I need to figure it out. I need to get to this point. And even though, you know, I was not in the best like circumstances, I was not stressing myself out. It really wasn't like, it was crazy. Now that I think back about it, I remember like in school when I made my first, you know, $10,000 and I told myself I'm not like going to college and I'm not going to do anything. And like thinking now that is like the dumbest thing in the world. But yet at the time I wasn't scared. I wasn't stressed. I wasn't anything. And now I've been comparing myself to a lot of people, even though I'm doing, you know, substantially better now. I've been probably 100 times more stressed than I was like 2.5 years ago. And that's, and now that I like speak it, it's crazy to think about, but it's like genuinely the truth. That's how I've been feeling. It has been taking a toll on me. I've literally been like stressed every single day. I'm not gonna lie, for the last like 2 weeks, which is crazy. And I don't know, I guess the solution is to really just, I might have to, maybe I'll, you know, limit my social media time or something, my TikTok scrolling, because that's where a lot of my, you know, comparison of joy is. Because I mean, you guys know, like you scroll, you'll see a video, and then it just, I don't know, it's rough. It's definitely a journey, man. But I guess like if you are watching this, you really like, I think the best way is to try to just like fully, and it's like funny, I'm trying to give advice when I literally need the advice, but I think the best way is, I'm trying to think back, because I feel like I was better at this, is just like completely isolating yourself and like not trying to expose yourself to that other stuff. Because when you expose yourself to other videos or indulging in a bunch of like content, whether it's motivational, whether it's this, you just like feel so bad about yourself, and it really doesn't do anything for you. So I don't know, I guess I'm gonna take my own advice. Well, we'll see. I'll try to take my own advice, but I feel like, I don't know, it never really happens. But I don't know, man. A little daily yap spree, not daily, 3 times a week yap spree, but we'll see. We'll see if this gets views. We'll see if, I don't know. I'll catch you guys in the next video.